Okay, good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. Lesley, I can't believe it's Thursday already. This week flew by for me,
Yep, me too.
right? All right, so I'm here today. It's my Thursday Thoughts where I come live just kind of randomly and whatever I'm thinking about. But this one was actually more planned than usual because I want to introduce everyone to my new associate coach for my Profit Insiders for Interior Designers Group Coaching Program, Lesley Myrick. Lesley, welcome.
Hi, Nancy, and everyone. I am so excited to be part of Nancy's program. This has already been an awesome few weeks, and I'm so excited to keep going and growing with you guys.
Yeah, and so you actually started June 1st or a couple of days before for us because I was not feeling well and I was like, yay, you're here, help me out. But I want everyone to understand your experience because I chose you. I reached out to you to say, would you like to be an associate coach for my program? Because you've coached with me before, you've coached with other coaches, you have a rocking business and you're just one of those lifelong learners that I love and have always felt akin to since you coached with me years ago. Right? So tell everyone your experience, what you do and what you've done and why you decided to say yes to me when I asked you.
Absolutely. Well, like Nancy said, I am lifelong learner is a very accurate description. I totally believe in the value of coaching and learning from others who are ahead of you or have a different skill set than you and can teach you something. So that's how Nancy and I got connected many years ago. But I'm an interior designer myself. In addition to coaching, I have an interior design business. I've been in the industry about 17 years now, which sounds crazy, but here we are. It goes really, really fast. I worked for other designers in Toronto, in Los Angeles. Before I went out on my own for about 10 years, I was working for other designers, gaining experience in the residential field. I worked at a lighting retailer doing set design and art direction at their corporate headquarters, and eventually finally had the courage to go out on my own 10 years in. And that's been almost 7 years now that I've been running Lesley Myrick Interior Design. Started my business in Southern California, moved to Texas, moved to Georgia. So I have accidentally become an expert at starting a business over and over and over in a new city where I have no network, no connection, no community. And those skills have actually proved very helpful in assisting other designers in growing their business. So I do primarily residential. That's what I love to do. And coaching started organically for me about 4 years ago, where someone just approached me and said, "Hey, I see what you're doing. Can you mentor me? Can you help me get to where you are?" And it grew into really what became about half my business was coaching interior designers in addition to running my own firm. And when Nancy reached out to me, it's such a great fit to be able to take what I was doing one-on-one and really leverage it and bring value to so many more designers. And it's already been so much fun in the groups that I've been joining to see the growth, the change, the excitement, the just that forward momentum, which I think is just such an incredible thing that you've built, Nancy.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? It's one of those that I'm not an interior designer. I've always been very frank about that. I was an art consultant serving interior designers clients for 17 years, which is how I got in watching interior designers and how they interacted with their clients and how they ran their staff and how they sometimes missed really great sales opportunities, didn't have the marketing knowledge, communication skills sometimes were difficult. That's how I got into coaching. But I'm so thrilled now to, because some people go, well, how do you coach from someone who's not an interior designer, right? So Lesley, how much did your business change just by coaching with me? And I'm not an interior designer.
Oh, I mean, it was massive. Even I remember you were offering the Your Business in Words as kind of like the intro call. And
Yes.
at the end of that 20 minutes, that alone, I was just like, take my money. You're doing, let's go and let's make this thing happen. So I think there's a ton of value that a coach can bring from outside your industry, because we might be trained as designers, but I can tell you, when I went to design school, we didn't learn a ton about contracts or marketing or the business. We had one business class my
Yes.
entire 3 years at school.
Right.
So being able to, there's absolutely, of course, value in learning from someone that isn't a designer, because they can bring a different perspective. And I
Right.
think someone who also is a designer can say, this is what I've tried, this is what's working, this is what isn't, this is what I've changed, and bring that perspective as well.
Right. Which is why now, if all of my current profit insiders, and I have two groups going now, we're starting a third in August, they not only get me as their mindset, sales, marketing, kind of like the person who has connections in every part of this industry, but they also now have you, who is a working interior designer who's been in the field. So if there are specific interior design questions where in the past I've never really answered those ones, I say, I'm your business coach, I'm not your interior design coach. Now you get to fill that need as well, right? So they're getting not just one coach, but two coaches for the same price as I've always charged for Profit Insiders. And tell people now, you've participated in maybe 3 groups or 4 groups at this point since you started with me, being present in the group coaching program. Tell everyone just a couple of observations that you've made about what you think the success is going to be of those people in that group.
Yeah, I've been in, I want to say 2 calls for each group at this point. So not a ton, but enough to start to get to know the designers that are in there, what they're struggling with, what has transformed for them. I've always been, even just in this last month, so impressed with the quality of questions that people come with. And even though they're very targeted, specific questions to their issue, there is always something in those answers that's applicable to everybody in the group. There's always something you can learn. Like you said earlier to me, Nancy, you don't know what you don't know. And that is so true in this business, that something opens your eyes, you learn a new way of doing things. I have always found it's not typically the big, massive transformations that have the biggest impact on our businesses. It's those little, like, 1% improvements.
Yes.
And the questions people are bringing, I have seen people's eyes being open to those little 1% shift, just little things they can do better. And, if you think of an airplane flying, a 1-degree change doesn't seem like a lot, but you go 1 degree over the course of a few years and suddenly you are in a completely different destination. So there's so much value in picking up those little shifts from other people's questions and comments that they're bringing to those group calls.
You know what? And that's a really good point, because when people come in and fill out the application, which I put the link in the description, I don't take everybody. And it's because I want to feel from the person, not only do they want to grow and learn, they're ready, because you have to be ready. If you're not ready, you're just going to pay for something you're not going to do. But besides that, I want to hear from them that they are willing to be open and also contribute to the group, right? Because it's a coaching program where I'm coaching now, you'll be coaching them, but it's also a mastermind feel where someone else is bringing a topic to the table and saying, does anyone else have a document that can help me with this? Does anyone else have a procedure that they say is fail safe? And we constantly, everyone's learning from each other. So having less experienced designers in with experienced designers really works well, because even the experienced designers are learning new things from the newer designers, right? It's this constant exchange of information, and it's a support system that I feel like most solopreneurs need, but just don't pull the trigger and do it.
Yeah.
Drives me a little crazy sometimes when I see people suffering when there's a solution. But anyway, so all right, that's one observation, that people ask really good questions and everybody weighs in and they walk away with a solid answer specific to their business. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Anything else?
In sort of conjunction with that, I love seeing, even already just on 4 calls, the confidence that the members are getting to increase the prices and stand behind those increases and come back and say, I raised my consultation fee and I got it, and nobody batted an eye. You're like, yes.
I know. We always celebrate those things in the group too.
You need those cheerleaders behind you. It's so easy to look around you in this industry and Google other designers and see what they're charging and this and that, but you don't know the back end of their business. You don't know their experience. You don't know their process. And in that group, everyone does get to share those things, connect with each other. And it's so cool to see people saying, like, raise your rates. And I know we hear that all the time. And there has to be like, it has to feel aligned. You can't just be like, I'm now going to charge $700 an hour.
No, there's got to be value that you have behind your price increase. Also, the feeling that you're providing the right thing for the client. You're not just charging more money for the sake of charging more money.
Exactly. But we so often undervalue ourselves because this is very easy. And I'm air quoting this, but for a lot of designers, this comes easy, this skill set of being creative, of putting a room together. And I know I have struggled with undercharging, or not, just frankly not charging for certain hours and things like that. And I love seeing these wins of, I charged for every minute of my time. I raised my consultation. I raised my hourly rate and nobody batted. Like, yes, you can do these things with this confidence that you're going to gain from you, Nancy, and the rest of the group really cheering you on and supporting you through that.
Yeah. And you know what? That when people panic, and they're not sure, they can't remember what I said to do or to say, then they jump onto the business helpline, which you're now part of for all the Profit Insiders. When tell everyone what the Voxer and the business helpline has been like for you.
This is the coolest thing, and I cannot believe you even offer this, because it is literally like near instantaneous access to you and now me as well to answer your questions in between the group calls. So you don't have to wait 2 weeks, and you can, and that's also a great opportunity to dive deeper. But if there's something, I've had it happen. I feel like, Nancy, at one point back when we were coaching, I booked like an emergency call with you because I was like, I have this new project, I don't know how to quote for it and this and that.
Yes.
That's what the helpline is. And I mean, it blows my mind. Designers just ask questions and you answer and I answer and we dialogue a little bit. And gosh, I wish you were offering that when I was coaching with you, because I think it's such a great value that you're bringing to, like, the group calls alone are phenomenal, but to have this one-on-one anytime, any day, not a night, good, go get your sleep. But I mean, you respond within hours. And I think
I know it's a problem. I'm trying to get my own boundaries set. But you know what? I love it. I'm a workaholic. I own it. I don't mind it. If I can't answer, I don't answer.
Well, that's it. People aren't waiting a week or 2 weeks to get an answer. They're waiting hours, maybe a day, which I think is, with the turnaround that we have to do sometimes when a new client reaches out or we're struggling with something or a problem comes up with a project. It's amazing just to have that feedback, suggestions, encouragement, answers, whatever it is that you're looking for as a designer, to have someone who's ahead of you, who has walked that path or knows that industry, to say, you're doing fine, or here's an improvement you can make, or here's the next step to take. And it just helps keep things moving forward so well that you're not getting hung up on these little roadblocks and having them hold you back from doing amazing work.
Yeah, and then that's part of the reason why I added the business helpline, the walkie-talkie app, because I found in between group sessions, people would get lost, not sure what to do, make a mistake on a pricing something, and they didn't have to make that mistake had I just been able to answer them. So I thought, can I handle this? Can I handle these in between? Like right now, as we're talking, 2 of my one-on-one clients left me messages that one left me a message late last night. I'm going in early morning to a consult and I just want to refresh my memory. How should I say this or that? And I answered early this morning, so they have their answer before they even walk into the consult this morning. It's not always that good, but pretty much it is. Like, I'm really pretty much on top of it. And now I have you also.
Yeah.
So should I be unable to answer or feel like maybe I'm not the best person to answer this particular question, let's give it to Lesley, right? So not just one coach now in Profit Insiders for interior designers. You've got 2, and here she is. So I'm excited to have you on board, like ridiculously excited. And I think if anyone's on the fence and struggling making the money they want, or not enjoying their business anymore, or not sure how to get organized or grow to the next level, who to hire, when to hire, how to hire, all your staffing questions. The joy of the program is not just where you're at today, the program grows with you, right?
Absolutely.
We teach the skills you need as you grow to the next level, right? I'm still growing. I always have questions. You're still growing. You always have questions. And now we kind of all help each other and rise up together. So I just wanted to officially welcome you.
Thank you. I'm so happy
to the group, the interior, not the Profit Insiders for Interior Designers. That's my group coaching program, but the Interior Design Business Forum also. So Lesley will be in there weighing in on some of your questions here and there, as I do when we can, and helping us grow. Also, Lesley is going to be helping us grow the membership site, which already has over 100 to 150 trainings. I can't even keep track. I have to go count again, but I love the fact that you've created assets over your years of coaching, and we're going to be combining those assets, what you have and what I already have, and we're going to be growing our membership site so that there's even more value, more templates, more scripts, more procedures. I don't know what else, more of everything, basically, of what you need to grow your business and run your business.
Well, I mean, the value in there is just phenomenal. I mean, I've been working through it myself because I want to get more familiar with it, and there's gold. I mean, there's so many good little trainings and nuggets and worksheets and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm excited to bring in all the things that I've developed in my years in business and that I was offering to my coaching clients and bring it together to enhance what you have, fill in some blanks, update things. I think it's going to be great once we get it. There's so much in working on in the background right now that, your team is amazing, and we're all having these discussions about how do we implement them, where does it go, where does it belong. But I'm excited over these next few months to start working in some additional documents, trainings, useful things that, again, you don't know what you don't know. I didn't know I needed these things until I made huge mistakes or just wasn't doing things efficiently. So I'm excited to add these and help things be even more complete on that membership side.
Yeah, I can't even believe, like, I'm going to eventually change that membership site to, like, people are going to have to pay for modules by themselves because the value in there is just insane. There are other coaches selling for a ton of money. Some of what I have in there, that's just $97 a month, right? So I love the fact that you're going to help us enhance the membership site. It's been up for a long time. Every lesson needs to be reviewed and tweaked, and I'm on a mission over the next year to kind of do that. And with your help, I think it's just going to be even more amazing than ever. So thank you for joining my organization, my dear.
Thank you for inviting me. This is incredibly exciting, and I'm so happy to be with you.
I'm so happy you're here. So, all right, everyone, go have a great Thursday. Join me in welcoming Lesley into the group. She will be one of the experts. And if you are struggling with growing your business, or you're stagnant, or you're frustrated, or you're sad, whatever it is, fill out the application for Profit Insiders. Get on my calendar for 20 minutes. You'll be talking to me about your business and about your application. And if you're a right fit for the group, I'll tell you. If you're not, I will tell you that too, because I don't want anyone in the group who's not ready to double or triple the income and the profitability of your business. That's always the goal of that group. So we only take a limited amount of people. We already have 7 applications in. We don't know if they'll all make it into the group, but if you are ready, fill out the application. Don't wait, because there's limited spots on my calendar and I want to make sure you get on. So, all right, Lesley. So I will speak to you in the group and on Voxer, our business helpline, and I'll see you soon.
You got it. Thanks, Nancy.
All right.